It's Marcus and welcome to more On Your Marcus live at Gluttony. Week one's done and dusted. We've put it in the bag, it's packed off on the shelf. Now we are doing here at the Hendrick's Gin. Pumped, I'm ready. Actually, I haven't. I'm if I did choose to have one, because this lounge absolutely incredible. I've shown you around before, I think. I've shown you the photos. An amazing space. But enough about the Hendrick's Gin Lounge. On the sofa with me, the Chesterfield sofa nonetheless, is the incredible Colin Ebsworth. He's got a show called, I need to check this because I don't want to get this wrong, Colin. The show is called, maybe he's born with it, maybe it's ADHD. We're going to find out all about it right now. Colin, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on, man.
Oh, absolute pleasure. What do you think of my lounge?
I love this. Usually I'm not one for, let's just say I have a lot of Hendrick's merchandise that the festival has conveniently with back to Perth. I've even got one of the fans in here.
Oh really?
Me and my partner collect them. Yeah. Out of the skill tester in the artist bar.
Colin, now your show has been extended. This
Yes.
is really cool.
Yeah.
So what we've got is obviously, like I said, maybe March is your last show here for the Adelaide Fringe for 2025.
So we had it at Piglet and it just sold out the whole run. The team there. So I had a lot of opportunities come up and I decided to extend it. Now I've got one extra night at Rhino Room thanks to Adelaide Comedy and Craig Egan, and I'm very excited. It's the main room. I got to see Tony Martin there last night and it's unreal. I really like that space.
I love it. Tell me about the show. So what can we expect from the show?
So the show is storytelling, but I come from a stand-up background, like 15 years in that. So it's a heavy stand-up weaved in with multimedia and projectors. And I'm just realizing now that meds that I've taken about 15 minutes ago have just kicked in, which is why I'm making such consistent eye contact. But yeah, it's about that. People have found it an incredibly cathartic experience. I mean, without blown my own horn, there's not a single night where people aren't, you know, in tears. Everyone from the kids to the old boys who are coming in saying the most incredible things, and obviously everyone's diagnosed, so their messages I'm getting are full-on essays after every show. But look, it's fun. It's people seem to be feeling incredibly heard and seen and validated, but it's for really everyone. And I've just found it's been an incredibly welcoming experience, and I think that's part and parcel because of how great Adelaide is.
And you've had some great reviews.
Yeah, my first 5 stars out of state.
Well done.
Grazie.
Congratulations.
Grazie.
I'm sure well deserved. And so how is it the Australian premiere?
So this is the South Australian premiere. It's the first time I've been able to bring it to Adelaide.
Good.
I didn't feel confident enough last year when it premiered, but then it sold out that run and its encore. Did the same this year at Perth Fringe and then Melbourne Fringe and Bunbury Fringe. It's been good. It's been a lot of sellouts.
Terrific.
There are a lot of people on the specky around Australia, which that's just what I call it in the show.
So where do you go after the Adelaide Fringe? What happens then?
So I'll be back to Perth, but we're organising a lot of like high school presentations, going into corporate speaking. I've got a great one tomorrow with a lovely South Australian adult school with a lot of neurodiverse people in there.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that, touring around. I have to skip Edinburgh this year, but any and all festivals up until Fringe here next year.
So the show is quite a personal show, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I thought it would be really inappropriate for me to give out medical advice. So it really goes through my story as a kid, undiagnosed, with a boomer parents plural, who really were not on board and still aren't. But a lot of people found that to be a very similar story for them.
So when you were putting the show together, was it hard for you to put your own story on stage, or was it something that was just
That's a great question. Yeah, it was literally half was kind of my experiences and this, and I was speaking to some friends, people like John Bennett, who's just incredible, and they just gave the best advice. They said, look, you can't be doing anything research-based or academic. I mean, you can bring in your ideas and whatnot, but you can't be telling people what to do. It has to be you, which was the significantly harder thing that I was really shying away from. But just like most things in art, doubling down on the stuff that makes you uncomfortable. yields the best results?
Now, we're getting quite a few people watching your interview, which is great. If anyone watching wants to ask any questions, ask away, because I'm monitoring all of your comments. So yeah, if you want to ask Colin anything, shoot out a question for us. And likewise with the rest of the guests, we've got 7 guests on today. That couch is going to be flat as a tack by the end of tonight.
Who else have you got on?
Well, we've got, you know what, we've gone right to the top, because you know what, I've got the big budgets here for this show. You can tell.
I think there's the assumption there'll be free alcohol, which is why there's a line of artists.
I know. No, yeah. Sadly, no. It's a dry coffee table. But no, we've gone right to the top. We've got the big boss of Adelaide Fringe, Heather Croal, coming on right after you.
Is that the big boss?
The
big
boss.
Big boss.
Big
okay,
boss.
Great.
So we've got her. We've got incredible. Well, I can't give away everything because they're going to be listening.
Right,
but there are some really cool ones coming up, definitely. And so. What other shows have you seen? You've had a bit of time.
I'm very excited. My favourites are starting this week. Michelle Brazer, who I haven't had a chance to see, so I'm checking her out tonight.
Awesome.
I think she's incredible.
Yep.
Eloise Eftos is a Perth girl, moved to Sydney. Her show is amazing.
Yeah,
it is everything. It is characters, improv, stand-ups. She plays her stage presence so well. And for a Perth girl, I think that's just the best.
Yep.
Luke Benson just started this week. He's an amazing across-the-board, just solid, great, consistent comic who I adore. And then shows a bit more out there like Shad and Pete Save the World, which I will see 4 or 5 times each festival. It's different every night. It's comedians drunkenly trying to solve people's problems.
Oh my goodness.
Based on suggestions from the audience, and it's those boys are so funny.
Now, someone has just commented saying that a lived experience so powerful.
Yeah, and you know,
it's
not easy. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, is it at the end? You know, is it real? Like, do you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's real. I would be an amazing."
Look, Heather's on the phone now, everyone. Let's quickly speak to Heather. I mean, she is the big boss. Hello, Heather. It's Marcus. Hello, darling. Heather is, so I'm literally filming at the moment, so we are talking on camera. This is so much fun. So Heather, come up, go down the main entrance. Sorry everyone, we'll be right back to you. And then the Hendrick's Gin Bar is on the left-hand side. Yeah, as you come in the main entrance on the left-hand side, just down a little bit. Yeah, my producer's coming out. There we go, and we're back, bye.
That's so weird. Did you say the CEO of the Fringe is here? Anyway.
Know,
oh no, it just fell out of my bag. Is that multiple
poster?
awards? Is that the Melbourne Tour Ready award?
Look
That's so
at
interesting.
that, everyone. This is the show.
Big thanks to my amazing girlfriend for that photo.
Oh, did
there
she do that?
is, they're already going out. I managed to team up with an incredible South Australian-based neurodivergent charity, Spectrum Connect.
Yep.
She's the wife of Maddie Gray, the Dream Team superstar combo that run Piglet and Squeaker with Mickey D. So yeah, I'm very excited. It's going to be a considerable amount going to them, and I'm really grateful because, like a lot of mental health supports, the previous charity I had set up, unfortunately, went into administration 2 weeks before the festival started.
No.
And it's the same case across so many. I couldn't find a single one in Melbourne that even was state-based, so I'm very happy to be having that contribution put back into South Australians who might need some support.
Is awesome. So with a show like this, I mean, obviously such a big, powerful show, so emotive, personal, all of that. Where do you go after a show like this? Like, what's the next thing
one?
you do? Yeah.
I've learned now, quite confidently, to lean into that discomfort. And originally, the show before this was about the fact that I was raised in the cult, which is a true story. My parents were matched in a mass wedding, and obviously that brings up a lot of stuff. And then this one, obviously neurodivergent. The next one I'd like to, and you know what, you can ask the crowd, do you want a show about masculinity called No Junk Males? Or do you want a show about being a support worker called Who Cares Wins? Because those are two things that I'm incredibly passionate about. Support work has been amazing. I tell everyone to do it. It is one of the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And for artists that need work that is flexible and helping people, and I mean, I'm getting paid a considerable amount of money to drink Italian coffee with an old boy who has become my dad and a young kid who has become my son. It is the best. So see what people say, because
people are Well, Neurospicy, I love that.
Oh, is that Neurospicy Collective?
Well, yeah.
I hope so. Those people are really, really lovely, that team.
Zoe says it's a hotline on here. It's like a telethon, someone's just said. We're getting lots of comments. Hey, Colin, would you ever do,
Do you want some of my meds?
This
Can
is
we
hilarious.
do that?
Hey, Colin, would you do a shout out for me? I never had a shout out on live before, and I actually was at the Hendricks last Friday. So Zoe would love you, Colin, to give her a bit of a hi down the camera.
Sure. Okay, I'll tell you what, without knowing anything about you, Zoe, thank you so much for supporting the arts. It is amazing that you are watching this, streaming this.
Yep.
This is exactly the kind of stuff Australia needs. It's community, it's collaboration, and people like you are not viewing the audience, you experience it with us, and I can't thank you enough. And if we had a couple more people like you back in Perth, maybe we get the funding we need to make our Fringe as impressive as yours, but unfortunately Gina needed another pool.
That is amazing. Zoe is going to love that. And someone else has commented that it sounds like it's my kind of show. So you know what? You've really wrapped this up in a really good little
This
package.
was very pleasant. These are some of the best podcasts and interviews experiences I've had.
Well, you know
you guys take care with set and there's lighting. This isn't, two guys in a cubicle being like, hey, what's your journey and what do you think is edgy? Anyway.
Have you had fun?
Yes.
Are you coming back for a 2026
Yes,
run?
I will.
Awesome.
Everyone here is amazing, and it's the biggest event in Australia, and I think South Australians should really lap that up and continue to do the amazing work you're doing, because 1 million tickets sold is no small feat, and I'd much rather go into this than NRL.
Colin Ebsworth, everybody. Maybe he's born with it, maybe it's ADHD. Oh, that way, there we go. Sorry, I was
Free
off
Dexy
camera.
on arrival. I'm kidding. No, I can't say that. I got to stop saying that.
So Sunday, 9th of March at the Rhino Room. There are a few tickets available, but it looks like they're going to be snapped up pretty quickly. So if you want to get along, get onto adelaidefringe.com.au, search for Colin Ebsworth. Maybe he's born with it, maybe it's ADHD, and grab those tickets.
Yep.
Colin, what an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Marcus.
I wish you all the best for your final show, and I cannot even wait to see you come back for more. Everyone, we're going to have a little short break, and we're going to have Heather Croal sitting right here on the sofa with us. Stick around. Right, all good? Hey everyone, we are back, and I promise you the big names, and nothing is bigger than this name I'm about to tell you right now. You all know who she is. Heather Croal, the big boss lady of Adelaide Fringe. How are you?
Very good. So far, so good.
So good to see you here. A week and a half in, are you tired yet?
No. I do sneak little naps, micro naps in the daytime. I just had one in my office.
Oh my gosh, maybe can I come round to your office and have a little power nap
micro
as well?
nap, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So like you said, a week and a half in, things are going great. How are ticket sales?
Ticket sales are amazing. 660,000 tickets right now is what we've sold. So that's 5% up on last year compared to this day. It looks like we're going to smash 1 million tickets again. The first time we ever did 1 million tickets was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were the first ever Australian event to sell 1 million tickets.
Wow.
The only other, the Sydney Olympics did sell 1 million tickets, but in terms of an annual event, we were the first one to ever do it.
Well, the Sydney Olympics had Kylie Minogue,
and the world.
And the world.
Sort of every country tipping in.
Maybe, here's an idea, maybe next year we get Kylie Minogue to do a little bit of a week's run or something of shows in the tent here.
Well, yeah,
she could do it.
Kylie Minogue could definitely take us up
I'll
to
get
a
her
new
on
level.
the phone. I'll get her on the phone. We'll sort this. But can you tell me, I mean, I know you're not going to play favourites, and I'm not going to ask you to, but have you got any shows that you've seen so far that are like, wow, that was amazing?
Oh, well, there's so many, and what's really great is the venues as well. The venues are so different. Like, we have traditional theatres, we have circus tents, we have Spiegel tents, we've got venues in libraries. There's a micro Harry Potter kind of library, and it's called the Circulating Library, and it's down at the State Library, and it is winning everyone's heart because you're just surrounded by beautiful wood and books and these lovely shows in there. So I've got to say that's one of my favourite little gem venues. Wow. And then of course, the innovation across so many shows. everybody's talking about Lady Macbeth Plays Wing Defence. You can't get a ticket. It's the hottest ticket in town at the moment. But, you know, so many sellout shows, hundreds and hundreds of sold out shows already. And that just shows that people are ready. They're up for Fringe. The atmosphere's electric, so...
It really is. I've been out pretty much every night. You know, we do this show Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, which is great. But then the other nights are the nights I try and go and see all the shows. So, it's, like, even we came out last night, we came and saw a really good show, actually. She was on Little Britain back in the 90s. She played the role of as Fat Pat. Her name is, oh my goodness, Joanne Condon. Went and saw her show, which was a life story show about her. It was absolutely amazing. I actually cried. There was laughter. There was all of that.
Well, that's Fringe. You cry, you laugh.
Tuesday night, there were people everywhere. It was packed.
A lot of sellout shows last night. And even midweek treat tickets are on Wednesdays, so Wednesdays are also pretty busy. Well, and the long weekend is coming up, so this will be a record-breaking long weekend, I think, because last year we had the heat wave in the long weekend, and that was really tough. That was tough. But we've got really good weather predicted at the moment, so it's really great.
Exceptional. Now, off the Fringe for a minute, Adelaide Festival, let's talk about this, because I went and saw this the other day, but have you had a chance to see Hedwig and the Angry Inch yet?
Oh, down at Queen's Theatre. Yeah, wonderful.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Sean Miley Moore.
Knock you out, absolutely.
100%.
Must see, a must see.
So much going on. Like we said, you know, not only Adelaide Fringe dominating with, you know, ticket sales and all that, but there's Adelaide Festival, there's WOMAD, it just goes on and on. It's just such a fun time to be in Adelaide, right?
I know it's a cliche, but there's something for everyone, and that is really true at this time of year in Adelaide. You can go and see a live music gig, see a theatre piece, go on and see something interactive. We've got a Sleeps Hill Tunnel. Have you been there yet?
Yes.
It's so amazing, and it's a 500-metre long abandoned railway tunnel. And we've turned it into an immersive show, and it's like so there's a lot of innovative technology shows. There's little tiny shows where last night I did a show where only 2 people can be in the audience.
Oh wow.
And you walk around with headphones in the middle of the dark night and down at Port Wollonga. It's down at Port Wollonga, and it was pitch dark, and you had to listen to the radio. Well, not the radio, but live actors doing a radio. And it was a bit spooky. It was a bit spooky.
I love that. And what's a couple of shows coming up that you're really looking forward to checking out as well? Because, I mean, obviously, there's still shows that haven't even started their run yet. It's such, I mean, this is what's so good. It's so evolving and growing as we go along every week.
Goodwood Studios is a fantastic venue out Goodwood Road. I don't know if you've been there yet, but if you haven't, I recommend it. So get out to Goodwood, go to Holden Street Theatre. So great. There's Marion Cultural Centre is great. Woodville Town Hall. There's Fringe in everyone's neighbourhood. Obviously, come to the CBD as well, because there's amazing places like Gluttony in the Garden, Fool's Paradise in Victoria Square.
By the Head First Boys.
So good.
Wow.
And actually, the Fool's Paradise is great. Like, it's really slightly, it's just not it's not as hectic, but it's still just as great.
Really good.
And the Flying Bubble Show there is going really well. People love bubble shows this year.
They do. They've gone nuts. In fact,
the bubble show takeover.
I had the adults only bubble show on the couch last week. I love Yulia. Yulia and Kurt are fabulous
And Yulia's
people.
story is wonderful. She's really, you know, made the most of Adelaide Fringe, and it's really helped her in, you know, career and her family. And but yeah, I think at the time, is it because the times are so spooky in the world that we all need a bubble show? I don't know. It's just
well, you know, it's a bit. It's like, you know what? We've all seen fireworks a million times, haven't we? But any time there's some fireworks, we get dazzled by it all.
Yeah, I know. But the bubbles, when they're huge and pearlescent and sparkly, they're lovely.
It's kind of like your personality, really, isn't it?
Bubble.
And you're seeing a show tonight?
Yes, well, I'm hoping to get to see Kinder, which is actually out at Goodwood, and I'm hoping also to see Oh My Heart, Oh My Home, which is one down in the Courtyard of Curiosities at the Migration Museum. But yeah, I mean, I try and see 3 a night if I can. So probably I'll pick a late one once I've got to see if I'm going to stay up. So
You know what I'm going to see tonight? 10 o'clock, I'm going to do a big one tonight. Don't expect me to rock up for work early in the morning, anybody. But 10 o'clock tonight, I've got Madame Martha's After Hours Cabaret Club with
Where
James
is it?
Yada. That's in Gluttony, just up.
Fantastic.
I can't remember the name of the venue, but Yukio,
Yeah.
I think it's at.
Yeah.
Anyways, looking
and
forward to
people
that.
are loving the big, the big variety circus shows this year.
Oh,
La Ronde, the
terrific.
acrobatic, Primal,
Yep.
10,000 Hours, the Mirror, things like that are doing super well.
They certainly are.
Limbo is a hit as well, and the 27 Club is a favourite.
That is just a staple now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I know they're saying it might be their last year, but I think when they realise that they're one of the best-selling shows, they'll probably come back.
Yeah, I mean, epic. Heather, what an absolute delight. I know
Nice
you
to
need to
see
run
you.
off to your show.
In this beautiful, beautiful Hendrick's gym.
I love it here.
I love
it's
it.
So
It's lush.
cool. And you know what? You will find me sleeping there quite often over the course of the next few nights.
That's my trick, a little micro nap on a
Little
couch.
micro nap. Heather, what an absolute delight. Happy 2025 Adelaide Fringe. Thank you for
you.
joining us on the sofa.
Thanks. And happy Fringe, everyone. Go and see lots of shows. Go and see a show you've never heard of, and also go to a venue you've never been to.
Yep, agree. Get out there and do it. AdelaideFringe.com.au, everyone. Get out, get your tickets and support arts and entertainment here in Adelaide. We're going to go to a break and we'll be back very soon with even more guests. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Great.
Delightful. Hey, my friends, we're back for more On Your Marcus Live at Gluttony. Sitting on the Chesterfield with me now is a freaking amazing legend of the Adelaide Fringe. Please, everyone, welcome Movin, Melvin Brown. Movin, Melvin, how are you?
I'm great.
Your laughter is just infectious. I just you know what? You don't even need to say anything. If you just sat here and laughed, I would be in heaven. Hey, but no, seriously, you are an absolute staple of the Adelaide Fringe. How many years have you been doing it for?
That's a good question. Because we missed a couple of years for COVID, and
Yeah.
so I don't know.
It's been
I
a while.
think the first time I came was like 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was before that, I think. Oh no,
it?
2000. Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, and I maybe missed 1 or 2 years in
Yep.
between, but not many.
Lucky you don't miss many. I remember I actually interviewed you a good 8 years ago. I interviewed you, and I don't know what you're doing, but you are ageless. How do you not age? I don't get it.
I'm having fun.
Can we ask how old you are?
Yeah, I can tell you exactly how old I am.
Yep.
I'm 1 year younger than I'll be next year at this time.
There we go. See, this is why he's a comedy legend as well, everybody. He's got it all going on. He can. So, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you've all seen Movin Melvin Brown, but he's the most amazing tap artist. We're even going to go out with him doing a little bit of a routine for us. He's absolutely incredible, and his shows are just so energetic. Now, the show I need to tell you about the show is called Sweet Soul Music: The Sam Cooke Story. It runs from Friday the 28th of February, which is obviously already gone, right through to Sunday the 9th of March, which is this Sunday coming, and it is playing at Star Theatre 1 at Star Theatres down on Sir Donald Bradman Drive.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the show. What can we expect?
Well, I go through the stories of Sam Cooke's life. He was an amazing singer, entertainer, and he got all these accolades after he died. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a star on the Walk of Fame, and everything. Because he was crowned the king of soul music.
Yeah.
But I do some Sam Cooke stuff. People remember, Wonderful World, Change Is Gonna Come, Cupid, and those songs. But then, he was friends with Otis Redding. They were putting together something. So Otis Redding did a song, and I put that in the show. It's called Dreams to Remember. So it's I got a variety of things, and I get into a lot of Sam Cooke stuff that he did. If you ever heard the Sam Cooke live at the Copacabana, where he did Tennessee Waltz and stuff like that, I got some of those kind of songs in to spice it up.
Love that. Love it. So what came first? What was your first love? Was it dancing or singing?
I think, I was dancing before I was singing.
Okay.
But, that's not true. Actually, I started singing at church, and that's where I got the bug,
Yeah. And so, when did you start? When did you first start doing, arts and entertainment as a professional job? How old were you?
Well, I got the idea when I was 5 because the first day of school, kindergarten, the teacher said, "Can anybody dance?" I thought, what kind of question is that? Everybody
We
dance.
can all dance.
I thought everybody danced. So she said, "Melvin, come and dance for us." I did a little dance. Everybody clapped and yelled. I thought, man, if I can get people to be happy like this, I know what I'm going to do,
And look at you now. Is that something that motivates you as an entertainer, to make people happy and to spread that bit of joy?
Yeah, it's well, I wrote a couple of books and everything because I found the secret to life. The secret to life is love,
Is
starting
love?
Love, starting with yourself,
I love that.
So I'm just spreading the love, that's all.
Yeah.
And when the people come in, I get to share with them, and then the feedback, so it becomes just a party for everybody,
And it's just incredible energy that just goes around and back and forth with everyone involved, right?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I said, when people come in, I like to see people happy,
Yeah.
And so I'm up there doing my thing, and they're like, hey, So I'm like, hey, I'm there now,
I truly don't think, if anyone walked into one of your shows in a bad mood, I don't think it would take very long at all. With your infectious personality and your beautiful beaming smile, I don't think it would take very long for someone's frown to turn into this joyful big smile and laugh. It wouldn't take long at all. Hey, so what is it about Adelaide Fringe that keeps you coming back for more? What do you like about Adelaide?
Well, I've got a lot of friends in Adelaide, and well, when I came to Adelaide first, I did the festival. I did Edinburgh. I took my one-man musical to Edinburgh. And it just blew everything out there, I mean, my first opening show, it just went to the top right away, So then I started talking, well, I need to go to other festivals. Someone said, go to Adelaide, this is a great festival. And then, okay, I'll go see. So I came to Adelaide, and then after I did Adelaide the first time, I started telling people, hey, you should go to Adelaide. They take care of you there. It's a good festival. I was telling all the artists, they were complaining about some of the other festivals. I said, go to Adelaide. It's a good festival. They take care of you,
Yeah. And so when you get to Adelaide, what are some of the things that you enjoy doing when you're not doing your shows? Have you got a favourite cafe or restaurant?
No, I have friends. I have in the Italian communities all over Australia. I have friends.
Yeah. Awesome. It's
and I
a
get
great
to
big
visit them, and that's like, hey, that's part of the reason I'm here. To visit.
I love that. Well, I wish you the most amazing season. I mean, as we just said, it finishes on this Sunday at Star Theatres, and there are still tickets available, I'm assuming. So get onto adelaidefringe.com.au, everyone, and do a search for Movin Melvin Brown. The show, like I said, is called Sweet Soul Music, the Sam Cooke story. Grab some tickets, because seriously, his energy is going to transform your life. It transformed me, and that's why I could not wait to interview this incredible legends again, So thank you so much for coming on my Chesterfield.
So much. I really appreciate it.
Get out, buy tickets, everyone, get along, all right? Experience what is on offer in abundance. Now, as we go out, do you want to do a bit of a routine for us? Want to show them what you got?
Yeah, well.
You've got some tap shoes on, I've noticed.
She left my music, but I can do it a cappella.
Awesome. All right, there we go, my friends. Have a little play down there. All right, and I'm going to come over here and go crazy. Movin Melvin Brown, everybody.
Oh, my baby's coming home tomorrow. Ain't that news? Ain't that good news? Baby's coming home tomorrow. Ain't that news? Man, ain't that news? I got a letter just the other day telling me that she was on her way, and she wants me to meet her at the station. Ain't that good news? Man, ain't that news? In the letter, she told me that she loved me. Ain't that good news? Man, ain't that news? Baby told me that she loved me. Ain't that news? Man, ain't that news? She said she's sorry that she left. Found out she don't want nobody else. That she wants me all to herself. Ain't that good news? Man, ain't that news?
Yay, Melvin Brown, everyone. We're going to have a break and we're going to be back with another guest on the couch in a couple of minutes. Thanks, everyone. And we are back with more colour than a Cyndi Lauper show right now, everyone. Please, these are my messy friends. And that's not insulting because their show is actually called Messy Friends. We're going to be speaking to Flynn and his messy friends right now. Welcome to Adelaide.
Thank you so much.
Adelaide Fringe is off and running. You are just in the midst of it all. Your shows haven't even started yet, but you're creating chaos wherever you go. Because, I mean, have a look at you all. You're fabulous. I feel underdressed, and I never say that.
Well, darling, you got to be dressed for the part if you want the part.
I know. So now you've got actually two shows. You've got Messy Friends and Messy Friends Party Favours. Let's be honest. I think I've been to both of those kinds of parties in my time.
Yeah.
And so I want to know first and foremost, what is the difference between the two shows?
Well, Messy Friends we actually brought to Adelaide Fringe last year, and it was a show that we created to let the audience kind of see the person behind the persona of all of the glitz and glamour. And after taking home the Best Cabaret Award at Adelaide Fringe last year, we thought, why not bring it back?
Yep.
Bring it back stronger than ever, and also bring this brand new show, Messy Friends Party Favours, which is all about personas in a party setting. Chaos of the early 2000s, late 90s, house parties, all of that fun vibes.
I can hear the music already.
Oh, darling, the soundtrack to the show is actually iconic.
Fantastic. So, what is it about Adelaide Fringe that you love, being over here for and, performing in?
I mean, it's the largest arts festival in Australia, and it's a place where you get to see artists from all around the world come together and just bring what they consider is their art and show it to as many people as they like. And I think a lot of opportunities come out of Adelaide Fringe as well, which we're extremely grateful for. I mean, I know that we probably wouldn't have gone to Edinburgh Fringe again last year if it wasn't for being at the Adelaide Fringe last year. So anything can happen here, which is just very exciting.
And has the troupe stayed the same since its inception?
No, we've had members come and go, and we have just welcomed our newest member this year, Alfie.
Hi, Alfie. Your outfit, I gave you a hug before, and I think I pierced myself.
Yeah, careful.
Many times.
They are an absolute pocket rocket. We are so grateful that they have joined our troupe and are absolute stars. So you'll get to see them absolutely dance the house down in our shows.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
So what can we expect? What are all of your roles? Break it all down for me.
Well, I guess we all kind of, we do burlesque, a lot of burlesque, a lot of dance, a lot of characters, a lot of puppetry. I find in Party Favours, you get to see us play all different types of characters. You get to see us, the silly, intoxicated ladies on a fun night out. You get to see a typical person calling in sick to work. You get to see someone who's going through maybe a not so fun trip of a lifetime at a party, and also someone who's going through a hangover, and in the end it all comes around to friendship and fun.
So this show is based on you all being friends, I hope?
Oh, of course.
Yes,
I feel like, we've had that question before, are you guys really friends in real life? And to be honest, I don't think we'd be able to do this type of show with each other if we weren't actually friends.
And so before Adelaide, did you do the Perth Fringe? Are you doing the Melbourne Fringe? Are you doing all those fringes?
Well, we have been on an Australia-New Zealand tour this last month and a half.
Yep.
So we have done Perth Fringe, we then did Midsummer in Melbourne, we did New Zealand Fringe, we did Auckland Pride, Is that? I feel like that.
It's all a blur, isn't it? This year is going so quick.
Fringe,
It all has happened so quick. So this is the last few weeks of our tour in Australia and New Zealand, and then who knows what's going to happen next. We're very excited for this year.
And then I hope you're going to be back for 2026 as well. I mean, like, you know, keep on winning those awards. And does Elton John know that you stole his glasses?
Don't tell him.
Don't even start. Hey, let's talk about the dates, because this is exciting. Because I am definitely going to be coming along. Messy Friends, the first one, runs from Tuesday is what I meant to say. Tuesday, the 11th of March. I know it's a long fringe. 11th of March. You're a crack up. I love it.
Not just a pretty face.
Tuesday the 11th of March to Sunday the 16th of March at the Lark in Gluttony, right here. Just a hop, skip and jump across the little path over there.
Very limited season of the original Messy Friends, so if you missed out last year, we're doing just 6 nights of it.
Are there still tickets available? Awesome. Get onto the website.
But very limited tickets, so get them quick.
And then, everyone, Messy Friends party favours, Wednesday 12th of March to Sunday the 23rd of March, which is right to the very end of Adelaide Fringe, everyone. So that's going to be the big one. And that's at the Ukio in Gluttony, exactly. Rymill Park, like you all know by now. So get onto it, adelaidefringe.com.au, everyone, or the Gluttony website, but get your tickets. It's going to be a really raucous show, I have got a feeling. Absolutely. I'm going to come along. I'm just going to get there.
Please do.
Sure.
We're spending the last 2 weeks in Adelaide, and we're going out with a bang.
Going out with a bang.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, that's your party favour right there.
Hell yeah!
Kids,
bring
see?
your party favours.
I can write the tagline for the show. Don't you worry. Thank you so much for joining me, Flynn and the Messy Friends. And let's get messy, shall we?
Honey, let's get messy.
We're going to have a little break, everyone, and then come back with our final guest for today. Stick around. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bye. Hello everyone, we are back with our final guest for Wednesday night. On the sofa with me now is the crew from So Fresh, Josh Angeles and Chloe Castledine, everybody.
How are you?
Oh goodness, I have seen So Fresh last year. I loved it. I'm coming back. I'm coming to see the show tonight.
Yes, you are.
So as soon as we finish this show, we're packing up my laptop, packing up the lights and heading off. I'm taking the crew. We're all going to see So Fresh. It's going to be fabulous. What can we expect from So Fresh this year?
Well, a whole lot of bangers. So basically it's like the So Fresh compilation CD. Yeah. The convenience of that So Fresh album, we have put it in a live show, but it's a full production. So we have dancers, we have live band, it's a light show, everything's like curated together and it's a proper production and it's just all banger, 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 banger. And so Josh and I share some of the songs together and we kind of tag team and a lot of costume changes.
Can I be part of the show?
Come on up,
oh
yes.
My God.
Yes,
you can.
100%.
Oh my God.
We had a little sing-along section. That's
really? I actually did a song here the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, we had a pianist come in and I sung with her. She played the piano and I sung I'm Still Standing. And it was fun.
Nice.
There weren't as many people in the audience as what you have got, but I did my best.
Doesn't matter. It's
you know,
the quality, not the quantity.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. So let's just talk about it. Oh, well, first of all, before I would talk about dates, So Fresh, were you those crazy nutters like myself that used to go out and buy the So Fresh album that came out? What was it? Every season, I think one came out.
Yes, so summer,
stacks of them.
100%.
Yeah, so I would.
Old CD players with
Oh
like
my
the
goodness, the old days. So old school.
I know he's pretending to remember.
No, I
but
do
you're
have.
so
I do
young.
have the. I am on the younger end.
Well, I worked at McDonald's and I'd save up my money that I worked at Macca's with and then go to Sanity and then get the album. But I always had to make sure that Justin Timberlake was on there. Because if he wasn't, I wasn't interested.
Do you remember in Adelaide back in the late 90s, I think it was? I think it was late 90s. There was that store in the Maya Centre, Virgin.
Yes.
That, and it was like 3 levels of albums. Well, it wasn't vinyls, obviously, because vinyls were out by that point.
Yes.
And tapes
CDs
were out.
were cool.
But it was CDs and videos.
Yeah, and then you had those stands where the CDs were on that wall, and then you get to like pick the
my
CD and put the headphones on. Do you remember that?
I wasn't in
Or were you a
Australia
baby?
until 2006, so...
Okay, so you missed that.
Yeah,
you
I
missed
missed it.
boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were the days, because you couldn't just open up your phone and put on Spotify and call up
No.
anything you want. You had to actually go and buy it. Things were different, you kids, you little scallywags.
I know. Come
In
from
my
an
day,
education
YouTube Premium
when
Spotify.
We were younger in my day.
I was younger.
We had to find the CD we wanted on that wall, Insanity, and then hand pick it.
Oh my god! But then there were the jukeboxes as well. Remember? And you're like, oh my god, is there a Madonna song? Is there a Madonna song? It's, oh no, it's only got Like a Prayer. I wanted to express yourself. I used to get so devo.
Oh, well, that
God.
Express Yourself. We do that in 80s Ladies, but
I
not
know.
this year.
I know. I remember.
I
Is there,
know.
okay, so let's go through some artists. Is there a
Okay.
bit of Britney?
Oh, yeah.
Baby,
Is
Yeah.
there a bit of
don't
Britney?
make me hit you one
Only
more
the second
time.
song on the playlist.
Oops.
I did it again.
Love it. Tell me some other artists that you might cover.
All right. Well, Josh.
Well, for me, it's Justin Timberlake. Can't go wrong.
yeah.
Usher, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg. Who else am I singing? Nelly,
Yep.
Outkast.
Yeah, wow.
Is that most of the list?
yeah, and you do a bit of
Oh,
NSYNC as well.
NSYNC, and then Jay-Z as well. So a bit of
Yes.
everything, covering the bases on my end.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
does a lot of the R&B pop songs, and then with the band we do a bit of a rock section where
Yep.
we add in Jet, Linkin Park, and we've got the Veronicas.
Veronicas, yeah.
Who else do we have? Oh, Evanescence. How can you see into my eye? The crowd goes
it.
nuts when
Yeah.
they hear that
Love.
first part.
Yeah.
But then there's the classics. You got Maroon 5. There's a little bit of Vanessa Carlton. So there's a big sing-along
Yeah.
section.
Great.
The Killers. Who else is there? I mean, I'm missing out quite a few, but we have just, like I said, just song.
Holy
song,
moly.
song,
Hey,
song.
you spoke about the Veronicas. They were actually in town just on Saturday doing a show.
way.
Yep, at Point Malcolm Reserve or something.
What?
So, for the Lookout Festival. So they
you
were
should
here.
have come along.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. So much
best.
stuff going on in Adelaide. I don't know how people have got the money to see all these shows, but they do.
I know.
Somehow.
Credit card.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
Bang,
bang.
Afterpay. So let's talk about dates. So Fresh Hits of the 2000s
Yes.
runs from Tuesday the 25th of February, which is obviously already gone, you
Yes.
guys,
Yeah.
right through until this Sunday, the 9th of March, the Mayworth at Gluttony in Rymill Park, which is where we are.
That's it. So we've got
Right.
1 week left. So tonight all through to Sunday, 8 p.m.
Are the tickets available still?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So weekends are actually really
Tight, yeah.
tight. Like,
Yep.
so if you want the weekend vibes, get them really
quick.
quickly.
Today.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, so tonight it's a nice healthy crowd, but there's still room. Thursday.
Now, just so I know, because you know me, I forget everything. But what
So
time is tonight's show?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. So you still got time. What is the time
Yes.
now, everyone? It's 7 o'clock almost.
7
You've got an
o'clock.
hour to get your slacks on.
Yes.
Yes.
Please put on some pants, because no nudity in the audience, please. Leave that to
No.
the stage. But put on some good clothes, buy a ticket at the box office here if you want to.
Yes.
Come along. We're going to be in the audience. You can say hi to my crew and me.
Yes.
And sing along with us, because we're going to be singing our butts off.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun. And there might be a bit of even seat dancing. Let's see
Yeah.
how we go.
And no one stays in their seats in this show. So what they've done is Gluttony have taken away the side seats and created a dance floor
So
like
because
that.
nobody wants to stay in their seats.
No. So
So-
get along, everyone. You've got an hour to get to Gluttony. Come along, all right? Bring a friend and have some So Fresh fun times. It's called So Fresh Hits of the 2000s. Get onto the adelaidefringe.com.au website, search for it, buy your tickets, get along. If you can't come tonight, definitely come another night, because I
Yes.
can absolutely vouch for it. It is a really good show. I'm going to be doing a review tonight after the show, and I will be posting on onyourmarkers.au straight after.
Thanks,
Thank you
Marcus.
for coming into the show.
Yeah, thanks, Marcus.
Thank you for having us.
What do you think of the Hendrick's Lounge? Well, I like to call it my home, but what do you think?
So nice.
It's very
like a-
cozy.
it
cozy,
very
speakeasy.
bushy.
Definitely come along if you haven't had a drink here yet.
Fabulous, right?
Tempted to play that piano.
Yeah.
Josh Angeles,
Yes.
Chloe Castledine, so fresh. Get along, everyone. That is it for tonight. We wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming online. Everyone, we're going to be back tomorrow night right here in the Hendrick's Gin Lounge in Gluttony for more incredible guests. That's it for tonight. We're signing off. I need to go and see a show. We'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers, dears. Bye.